Welcome everyone. My name is Ora-gen and welcome to the Ora-gen channel. I want to just welcome you back to the space again for another reading. This one was kind of like a channel download on the topic of like receiving downloads by night while you're resting, and then kind of recharging and healing in the sun by day. And this one came through because definitely this time of year, the time period when this video was recorded, it is June now, June 17th to be exact. And so we're getting nicer weather, of course, more sun, especially in the state that I live in. That's like a commodity because here in Michigan, the sun ratio, like in the winter and fall months, is much less. So even though it can get really hot and humid here in the summer, we really appreciate the sun when it's out. Definitely you will hear people talking about the weather being too hot because we don't seem to have like a middle ground. It either goes really cold or it goes really hot. Welcome to Michigan. But with that being said, still there's something here in the messaging coming through the other day about receiving downloads at night. And maybe even you're a person who has received downloads and then the next morning you're feeling kind of tired, like you need some rest from taking some rest. And it could be that you were very busy receiving information or processing things while you were sleeping. And so it wasn't the kind of sleep where you're just kind of like mindlessly drifting, which actually isn't very true anyways, because there are still a lot of things processing in the subconscious mind while we are sleeping or in a rest or a REM sleep state, which is why certain topics come up while we're dreaming, because we might actually be processing something and then the mind is just putting like certain symbology to it to help us to understand more about like what we're supposed to learn, understand, or know from the dreams that we're having. But this energy was more like doing work in the astral realm or downloading things from the field while resting. And you might even wake up in the morning with like a song that's playing over and over and over again in your head. And it may not be the entire song, it could just be like the hook or a certain part of the verse. And it's just like repeating. It's almost like it's repeating in your head all day after that, and you can't get the song to stop. So it might be that you need to, with this energy I'm picking up, you might need to look into the things that are there, or the thoughts, the music downloads, the ideas that are present when you first awaken. There's something to that energy. So I wanted to pull some cards on it tonight. And it is very true that we do feel very recharged when we sit in the sun. And definitely there's energies that the sun has that helps to fuel the health and wellness of our bodies or our vehicles that we are exploring this experience with. And so it's super important for us to find healthy ways to sit in the sun or to allow some sun to engage with us for our physical health and wellness, but also on an energy level. It helps us to, what's the word I'm looking for? Something like process, or yeah, I guess process will work. This whole language thing is tricky when we talk about like light language and decoding that into verbiage that really gets the point across. So I hope you're understanding where I'm coming from here. But the sun sitting in it helps us to process downloads that we may have received from the night before or that we are receiving presently. Sitting in the sun helps us to assimilate those downloads and to really almost like bring them in on a cellular level, an energetic level and a cellular level, which is the same, but the cellular level suggests more of like, as we process and assimilate these things, these downloads that we had during the night, we actually might start to feel like a difference in our physical well-being, like in a positive way. We start to notice certain things about the information that we're receiving, how we feel in our body as we are downloading these things and really processing them into our being. So there's some energy here about information being given to us from the field while we're resting, and then how we process that information during the day. That seems to be the root of the message. So I'm going to go on ahead and light my candle here, and we're going to clear out the space. Once again, I want to welcome you to the space this morning, afternoon, or evening. Whenever you found this message, it is for you. Whatever day you found this message, it's for you. I do want to mention that if there's some information here that touches on like health issues, legal issues, business issues, definitely I want to encourage you to consult a professional in all of these areas. The information here is just to give you confirmation on things that you're already sensing, already feeling, that you're already somewhere inside of your higher self or your beingness. There's an awareness that this is something that's happening or something you relate to. If any of this information is a complete shock to you or feels like, I don't know, scary or creates a feeling of paranoia, this message is not for you, and it's okay. Stick around, come back. Maybe the next message will be for you. Since this is a general, timeless, collective read, I am picking up on multiple energies. So it could also be that one part of this message resonates for you and another part does not. And that is also okay. This is just to give you confirmation on something you already know. Okay, let's go on ahead and just light a little bit of Palo Santo, as we always do, fam. I hope your day, your morning, your afternoon, your evening, whatever time of day it is for you, is going well. I hope your day was productive, energized, fabulous, wonderful. If it was a day that you spent in reflection or in isolation where you could have time to think and grow, kudos to you. That's absolutely wonderful. Isolation can be such a privilege. I always jokingly say to like my clients and myself, I enjoy spending time with myself. I'm one of my favorite people I like to sit with, and that's in no way meant to be an egotistical statement. It just means that I spend a lot of time in isolation, reading books, channeling, working with my gifts, you know, just spending time processing, and I've learned to really enjoy it. And so that's another message that's coming through. If you are in the middle of like downloads and maybe you're having a lot of upgrades in relation to your gifts and your abilities, sitting in isolation can really help you with, I don't know if that word assimilating is right. I don't know, but it's the closest thing I could think of right now. Like really processing and integrating. That's the word I'm looking for. Not assimilating. I don't think we want to assimilate. Integrating that work that is happening while you're resting. Being in isolation is a great way to do that. Also, grounding in nature, which is something that came up in the pre-poll. Getting outside, hugging a tree, grounding out in the grass, maybe putting a blanket down. If you don't like really sitting on nature, put a blanket down and sit under a tree. That's another good way to commune with nature. So a lot of positive ways that we can like connect and ground out. And Mother Nature is always happy to help us to really integrate and ground and understand more about the new information that has been downloaded. Absolutely wonderful feeling. Also, if you have pets, hug your pets, play with your pets. That's another really great way to really, you know, integrate new information from your guides or whatever you're downloading. Well, not whatever, but you know, it could be just general universal energy from the field. It could be your guides. It could be like ancestral knowledge, whatever that is. It can help you with really integrating that. Boy, words are interesting today. I kind of feel like that gives me an energy of, and that came up during the read, like there's some energy here of like needing to move through a resistive energy with this process. It's like the closer you get to, you know, what you're really looking for, that's when the ground seems to fall out from underneath you type energy. And not saying that's going to happen, but it's just a reminder that, you know, there are polarities as far as energy goes in our universe. So when we're working really strongly in an area, there's always like this opposite energy, and that's just the way, you know, our universe is. So when we're making a lot of waves in one direction, there's going to be some counter waves, and just expect that. It's not a bad thing. It just means that we need to really be mindful of when that energy is moving in our direction and learn how to be fluid and just kind of, you know, gently and gracefully move around it like water flows through a river or a lake. It doesn't get stuck, it just gently flows around it. So there's something here about being fluid like water. So I have 3 decks here with me today. I have the Inner Child Oracle, the Yes, No, When, and How, and then I also have my handwritten deck that I've added to. So we're going to work with these 3 decks. First thing I'm going to do is offer a clearing for the space. So I'm going to ring my bell, and if you have any sound sensitivities at this time, please turn your volume down, and I'm going to ring the bell now. Beautiful. Okay, guys, let's get into it. I'm not even going to say this is going to be a shorter read. I'm not going to say anything like that. We're just going to get into it and see where the read goes, guys. So let's go ahead and start with the handwritten deck. Wait a minute. Hold up. Nope. We're supposed to start with the Inner Child Oracle. Let's start there. This is the Inner Child Oracle deck by Amanda Lynn Aisling. Once again, I will post the decks in the video as always. The decks have been pre-shuffled and charged. And so we'll just go on ahead and pull an oracle or an Inner Child Oracle just to have some starting energy here. And this is a very beautiful deck. I have used it before on the channel, but it's always nice to bring it back out. And we'll just sit that over there. And as always, we'll just give it a little shuffle. Just to make sure everything's mixed in here really nicely. I hope you guys are getting a chance to engage in some self-care. This past week was really one for that. Like, there was definitely some people I spoke with that were dealing with some challenges emotionally this week. So if you haven't been reminded, I'm reminding you now. Please do. That your guides want you to know to just engage with self-care. Be patient with yourself, and if you need to make adjustments in your self-care regimen, it is okay. You don't always have to do the same thing. It could be that today is the day. Look at what's on the bottom of the deck. Today is the day. Yes. So today is the day. Use each day as an opportunity to engage with self-care and self-love and self-compassion. It's gonna help you to feel more regulated, so that way when waves do come, your ship is not easily just flipped over. So there's something coming through in the energy about, you know, with all the downloads and the things that we're dealing with in this timeline shift, we really need to be in the space of self-care, because we might actually require more. So be adjustable, be adaptable with your schedule. And, you know, if you're finding you need more rest, take it. If you need to eat a little more food, eat it. If you need to get outside and walk more, go walk. Like, as I always say, start the process. Don't judge yourself because something's changed. Just be adaptable with that energy. Okay, guys. Let's see what inner child oracle we have here for us today. Let's see what Spirit is saying. Okay, Spirit, let's have, ooh, well, we just need one, Spirit. Let's try this again because we got like a bunch of them, so it is unclear. I'm gonna try one more time here. And then if not, I'll just try shuffling a different way. Oh, there we go. Let's see what we've got. Haha, that's a perfect one. Okay, let's put the deck over here. We have number 16, go inward. It is time to connect with your inner child. Wow, and we started right out with the butterflies. That is a huge indicator if you're seeing butterflies that are just floating past you here. Yes, is that something that happens this time of year? Of course. But the fact that they're so close and so friendly and so in your field is like, hello, look at me. So butterflies could be an indicator that you are going through serious upgrades and having these downloads at night. And that might be why you're feeling a little tired in the morning or a little discombobulated, where it takes you a little bit like you need a schedule or a routine to help get yourself back on track in the morning. Also, I'm seeing a lot of nature spirit energy here. We have the flowers in nature. Just like I was talking about, getting outside in nature can be great for connecting and also grounding out when you are experiencing a lot of downloads and upgrade energy. And then we can see like the canyon in the background. And I don't know, maybe that has something to do with like a native heritage or like Hopi prophecy. I was just looking at something that came across my virtual desk the other night, like a video on the Hopi prophecy. And if you don't know about it, that's a tribe. And I hope I'm saying it right, but you can look that up. There are tons of videos on YouTube on that. But, you know, it's just talking about the timeline that we're in and some of the things that we're seeing and experiencing. And from the viewpoint of this tribe, and their ancient wisdom, you know, what we're looking at here. So there's a lot of really cool energy. Always when I look at this card, I get the Grand Canyon because it's one of my favorite places to go. And that would be the Hawaiian tribe on the Western Rim. And I hope I'm saying that right too. But amazing energy if you get a chance to go there to connect and really like tap into some like purposeful energy. The Western Rim is very powerful, and that's on the border of Arizona and Nevada. It's just on the other side of the border, but it is in Arizona proper. Beautiful drive. If you fly into Nevada, you can just drive right out there. But anyways, a lot of really great energy with this card, and it is so on track with our message today. So I'm just going to put go inward right there so we can look at her. And then this is number 16. So the number 16 might be significant to you. 6 and 1 is also 7. So that is a number for completeness. So something here about these upgrades bringing you to an energetic state of completeness. Let's take a look in the book here. So it says go inward. It says one powerful way to connect with your inner child can be through visualization. This is the practice of seeing with your mind's eye. While your physical eyes are closed. Oh, guys, I forgot our music. Sorry about that. Okay. So we'll try this again. And I can turn this down a little bit. Hopefully it's not too loud. Okay. All right. So one powerful way to connect with your inner child can be through visualization. This is the practice of seeing with your mind's eye. While your physical eyes are closed. The practice can be a bit tricky for some in the beginning, so if you have never tried working with visualization, do not worry if it is a slow process. You will get there in the end. Awareness exercise. In this exercise, focus on allowing your inner child to come through your mind's eye. Find a quiet place where you can sit or lie down comfortably with minimal distractions. Once you are ready and your eyes are closed, allow your focus to travel inward toward your center. As you allow your focus to drift inward, your inner child will slowly come to you. Once they do, let them be as they are, even if there are aspects of them you would like to change. Embrace them. Listen to whatever they might have to say, and shower them with love and affection. Note, if you are struggling to turn your focus within yourself, the Becoming Aware Body Scan exercise on page 11 can help guide you. And now here's a responsive journaling prompt you can use. It says, what feelings arise for you when you talk with or visualize with your inner child? Do you feel love and joy, apprehension, or anxiety? Ask yourself why you might feel this way whenever you meet with your inner child. So this is very beautiful work here. What we're seeing is that a lot of the healing work that has to do with us like releasing ourselves to these upgrades, to these downloads, and to this self-evolution work that is happening while we're in a restful state, and also downloads from our guides and those that are assisting us, has to do with like allowing our inner child to heal or being supportive of our inner child work. So as we heal on these other levels and layers, and I've talked about this in other videos, we are more easily able to, and this is where I want to bring in the word assimilate, bring in these new energies in a non-resistive state. Because isn't it true that if we have some really powerful core beliefs that like push back on our soul contracts and our soul path, because there's fear and resistance there, that it's very hard to take on new energies without being like paranoid about the thought, or maybe apprehensive of stepping into a new thought paradigm because there's some core beliefs that don't work well with it. So this is giving us an energy of, you know, utilizing inner child exercises to allow ourselves to heal through those things such that we can better integrate this information that is coming in while we're in a restful state. And the whole purpose it's coming in that way is to make it easier to integrate. But if there are very powerful subconscious core beliefs, it can be hard to move past those because everything is a threat when we're dealing with that kind of energy. It's very resistant. So healing your inner child can be a really positive aspect. And you know, when I look at this picture in relation to like what the book is talking about, this almost gives me like the energy of like a fairy, or like a childhood, I don't know, like a childhood story, or a childhood, I can't think of the words today. Once again, that's that energy, you know, it's a little bit of a resistant energy, like fairy energy, or like a childhood fairy tale or something like that. So there's something here about like healing the child, being more childlike, and how that can assist, you know, with this energy of moving into new thought paradigms. Something there with that. So number 16, go inward. So what I'll do is just post this in the description page so that way you guys can like see it and look at it and try the exercise. And then definitely if you have any questions about it, or you'd like a personal read on this topic, you can feel free to email me and I'll be happy to get back with you and work with you on this. Okay, so we have our information. Number 16, go inward. So now we're going to go into, now that we have our lead energy about going inward, we're going to go on ahead and grab the handwritten deck and just ask Spirit to tell us a little bit more about, like, I don't know, what we need to understand about this whole process of going inward and how it relates to downloading by night and then recharging in the sun. We want to just know a little bit more about how this relates to the collectives or anything that Spirit wants us to know about this. So let's just start with our deck and just see what kind of naturally comes up. This deck is getting really thick. And this could be like, honestly, energetically a nod to like, oops, your gifts and your abilities, like they're growing. They're constantly growing. There's more being given to you. It's like an abundance. It's more than it feels like you can even hold at times. But it's all for you. It's something that is for you. Guys, I'm gonna have to like bust this deck in half. I have made this deck so like meaty and juicy. We're gonna have to do this in 2 halves. So I will definitely pull from the other half, but let's start with this one first. It's just gonna be a lot easier to shuffle. Hats off to the readers that can just hold this big gnarly deck and just like handle that bad boy. I'm just not there yet where I could do that and like keep it all together here. So we're gonna make it a little bit easier and just bust it in half so we can kind of get a good idea of what the energy is telling us here. Okay, Spirit, what do we have here for the collectives? Any information on going inward? Ooh, inner child. We have a lot of cards that came out here. I'm gonna take this one. What do we have here? Yeah, these are really good. Yeah, these are really good cards, actually. This is a good place to start. So you might be having a feeling like things are moving slowly, maybe with your upgrades, a feeling that, you know, you are, I'm gonna just unplug this because I feel like that's gonna keep happening. A feeling like you're, you know, making progress. There just might be an energy here where you're just feeling like, when are things gonna get going? How much longer do I have to wait? I keep doing everything and doing everything and doing everything, and it's just taking too long. So this is a card letting us know that, you know, it might be feeling that way, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it is actually going slowly. It's probably right on pace with where you're at, and it's just when you're about to say, forget it, that it's coming right through, or it's already here. And that's the energy I'm picking up, actually, and that's why you're needing to focus in on this work, is because it's here. The level of downloads that you're getting at night, and your need to recharge during the day is a strong indicator that those gifts are here for you right now. And you're really in the process of learning like how to hold all of this, how to move through all of this new energy without getting bogged down. There could even be some like physical symptoms that you are dealing with right now due to all of this new information coming in. Let's see, yeah, where focus goes, energy flows. Yeah, this is my energy shift card. So there's definitely something here about the importance of you working on where you focus your energy, how you're manifesting, the way you are perceiving and looking at things, and the way that it affects the results. So it could also be if things are feeling like they're moving slowly, you know, there needs to be some adjustment in the way that you are perceiving or viewing things. And then of course we have like the 10 of Pentacles card. This is also my energy card. So there's an abundance that is here for you now. Not even coming in, it's here now. Pentacles refers to like, can refer to like physical wealth. So as I've mentioned in a previous read, there's like some physical wealth coming in for you right now in a way that you have not experienced this before. And this is amazing energy. We also talked about a new love interest. Now, it is in reverse, so it could mean that maybe right now you're working on some other things. So maybe it's coming, it's just not here just yet because it's in reverse. And so you might feel like that's moving slowly, but literally this person is going to be right on time with where you're at. And So if you are still working on some healing that would affect this relationship in a way that isn't like universally meant, then you'll have some more time to heal, and then this person will come in. So all of this is dependent upon where you're at, how you're doing, how quickly you move through this work. That's really what it's dependent on. But you do have a new love interest coming, and I mentioned that before because it came up in another read. So this is just a matter of being patient. They're coming. I actually feel kind of like they're here, but like Spirit is like holding them back a minute. Like, okay, hang on a second. Like, let's let them get balanced out. It's like you're on one foot balancing and you're holding like 50 plates, and then somebody throws you 5 more. You know, you might drop the plates. Spirit wants you to get really balanced out, and before it adds more on your plate or more for you to carry. And then this is the making assumptions and prideful card. So we want to be careful about making assumptions. And I've talked about this myself, like in regard to myself, like assuming that something I'm going through is like, oh, is somebody sending some negative energy at me? Or is this an ascension symptom or something like that? So being careful about assuming or perceiving that, you know, everything is an attack or is negative or is bad simply because it's uncomfortable. Be very careful about this, because this isn't the upright. So this is like kind of like a reminder card from the guides about, you know, not being assumptive. And I think that's something that a lot of us in the collective are working on at this time. So don't feel bad. Don't judge yourself about it. It's just a reminder. Okay, Spirit. Anything else? And then we'll move into the other deck. Oh, well, that one just went flying. Yeah, see? Financial security. I said this was coming through. You guys are headed towards financial security, like 10 of Pentacles energy, you know, a new love interest. Where focus goes, energy flows. So think about that, where you're going, you know, that healing work that you're doing and the effect that that's going to have on all this beautiful energy that's coming your way. You're not going to have to worry about your bills, your finances. That's not going to be something you need to worry about. Number 12 is on the end of the deck. Maybe that's a number you're seeing, or, you know, 3s or 1s and 2s. Maybe, you know, it's a certain amount of time before you see this, maybe on the 12th of a month, or maybe something occurred when you were 12 years old that affected your viewpoint or started a core belief. Yeah, you're being encouraged to tune in and tap in. There's your person. Come to me, my love. They're waiting on you. They're like, do this work. I'm ready to come. I'm here. We have the letter J. I don't know. Maybe this new love interest has a first, middle, or last initial J. Yeah, somebody tried to do a love spell or manipulation, but it's in reverse. You can just put that energy off to the side. You have divine guidance. Yeah, energy cords, energy vampire. Make sure you're doing your energy clearing. That's this energy right here. We don't care about that energy. It's not something that's working. Whatever this person tried to put in the field didn't work. It bounced right back. Just make sure you're doing an energy clearing regularly. And that could be like taking a crystal bath, grounding out in nature, you know, maybe meditation, whatever it is for you that feels centering and grounding. And just envision yourself kind of removing any energetic cords or any energy from your field that's not in alignment. Anything else before we move on, Spirit? Because we got to go to the other half of the deck. Uh-oh. Yeah, and that's that old energy we keep talking about. There's something here. This person might actually have something. Be careful and stay away from this person, because they might have more surprises than a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, something here about an STD. Let's put this over here, guys. I don't know if it's going to stay there. We'll just see. You know, if you feel like you're kind of clumsy lately, you're dropping things are falling and breaking and stuff like that, don't beat yourself up. It might be just time for you to slow down. You might be moving a little bit faster than what you're thinking. So that's just a message for somebody that's coming through to just slow down. Here's the 2s again. Number 22. Somebody might be 22 years old. Something may be happening on the 22nd of the month. Or something may have happened when you were 22 years old that has something to do with your core beliefs or something that you're healing through. Definitely the number 12 might be an age that some inner child work was happening. But, you know, we also have young adult work that we're doing. You know, maybe something happened when you were 22 and maybe you're in your 40s or 50s now and, you know, feeling kind of like there's some core beliefs there that need to heal. Yeah, we have Aries energy on the board here. Maybe you're an Aries or your person is an Aries. Consistent self-care was in the reverse. Make sure you're taking care of that. Or maybe this Aries isn't taking care of themselves. They came right out with it. That's amazing. Was in reverse. So maybe they don't, this person, maybe this is this energy over here. Maybe they don't feel too amazed by all this growth that you're experiencing. And they're not taking care of themselves. They're not in a health and wellness mindset. It might be an Aries who is not in their North Node. Or you could be an Aries. And then we have T. So somebody here with first, middle, or last initial T could be associated with this. This deck's getting good and juicy, guys. I don't know. I was going to switch over to the other half, but let's just see if anything else pops out of here. Anything else, Spirit? Whoops. Whoops. Okay. That's a lot of cards. Yeah, loving intent. Having this towards yourself and also your new person having that towards you. And you're going to be in the height of happiness. This is good news for you. Stay involved in your ritual or practice, doing something regularly that feels connected and grounding for you. Yeah, this person is furious and indignant. It could be that you're furious and indignant over the lies that were told about you by this person. Once again, I get heavy X energy. It is possible that you do not know this person, but it is also highly possible that you know who this person is. Watch out. Transition change. You're in the middle of a transition and change. Your life is getting ready to change. You're about to be unrecognizable by those around you. They're going to be asking, like, what were you doing? Virgo vibes. Maybe this is your person. Or maybe you're a Virgo. And I also have the letter I. First, middle, or last initial came out with Virgo vibes. Interesting. Okay, Spirit, let's see. We're going to clean that energy up because we don't care about that. That negative energy, we're taking that out. All right, let's take a look at this other half of the deck here, and then we're going to pull a yes or no. See, it's when I don't say it's going to be a shorter read than it actually is. Otherwise, it's like an hour minimum. Thank you for being here with me tonight, guys. I really appreciate you being present for the information coming through. Okay, Spirit, what do we have here for the collective out of this end of the deck? Any more information on this work they need to do going inward? Okay, we have the numbers 2 and 3. Maybe you were 23 when something happened, or maybe the 2nd or 3rd of the month, or 2 to 3 weeks. Spirit says, are you sure? I'm going to leave that to collective to tell me exactly what's going on there. Isolation. Yep, opportunities for growth. I talked about this at the earlier part of the video. If you are a person who is in isolation at this time, that is not a bad thing, especially self-imposed. It's an opportunity to center and grow. And actually, these resistant energies that don't want you to center and grow hate when you're in isolation, because they know that's the sweet spot for healing and growth. You're like Super Saiyan from being in that space. You're doubling up, tripling up on your power. So definitely, if you're in isolation, utilizing that time, not to just sit by yourself, but really tap in and tune in. That's excellent energy. What else, Spirit? Do we have anything else here? Yeah, wealth and abundance is trying to pop here, but we already know it's here. We just need to do the healing work so we can receive the energy and the opportunities. It takes more than the universe just passing us wealth and abundance. We have to be open to receiving it. So if there are core beliefs about money and how we feel about people who have it, well, everybody who has money is evil. No, that's not true. There are some people, there's a nice amount of people who have money that don't understand how to just jump into that energy nicely and utilize it to help others. But there are also people who are very helpful who have money. Money in and of itself is not bad. It's what we do with it. Okay, and that goes for anything. Any knowledge is just knowledge. What are we doing with it? So really changing our mindset around wealth and abundance. That could also be spiritual or like cosmic abundance too, you know? Especially if you're a starseed, like understanding what it is you're doing here and how to connect. That could be wealth and abundance as well. Whatever that means to you. Definitely take what applies and let the rest fly. Yeah, feeling uneasy. If you're feeling uneasy about accepting some of these new ideas, thoughts, thought paradigms, you know, doing the work of healing these areas, this inner child work will help you to accept these things better. You might be feeling a little bit like hesitant or some intrepidation about entering into these new areas. Yeah, Spirit says that's the truth. With a big smile, too. Oh, wow. Let's see. What do we have here? Yeah, maybe. Sit with your pets. Take time with your pets. That's coming up here. Your pets are very healing. They understand how to transmute energy. That's part of the relationship they have with us. There's a fire sign here that's popping up. Something could have happened when you were 24. Yeah, 24 has popped up a few times here. Let's party. Time to get moving. This is my moving card. So it might be that you're moving to a new location. It could also be that you're just moving along in your journey. Whatever that is for you, it's time to get moving. So if you've been in isolation for a while and these doorways that are leading to this path that you've been trying to get to for years are now open to you, it's time to walk through. There's always that step that we have to take. There might be a portion where we can just manifest and dream, but there's always an active portion. So this is telling me that it's time for you to really kind of get out of isolation if you've been in it for a while. If you're just getting in isolation, then this part of the message isn't for you. This is for somebody who's been in isolation for a while, and it's time for them to get moving. Libra vibes coming up. Maybe you're a Libra. It's also my Justice card. So if you've been dealing with some injustices, you are now about to see a change in that energy. Yeah, Spirit says big smiles. 547 coming up on the board. And I definitely encourage you, if you don't know what these numbers mean, look them up. It could just be a number that you're seeing, but also there are actual meanings for these numbers. You can just Google them. It'll just pop right up on the AI on Google. Yeah, there's some marvelous opportunities, new energy coming. Let's see what else we have here. Yep, I mentioned it before. Sit with your pets. That popped again. Oh, somebody's sad. And this energy here is so happy. This tells me that somebody who's been watching your growth is like unhappy to see you growing like this, which is really ridiculous. It's not even sad, it's ridiculous. So once again, we'll put that energy off to the side. They're probably sad because they've been trying to keep you stagnant, or they want to attach to your energy and experience the good results from the hard work that you've put in, but that's not for you. They didn't do the hard work. They haven't done the shifts and changes. They don't get to enjoy that. Yeah, they got some bad vibes. We're not even having that energy around here. Anything else, Spirit, on this deck for the collective? It says you're amiable, friendly, pleasant, unassuming. This person thought that because you were this, you were going to be an easy pushover, and you're not. Spirit has been directing and guiding you around these traps and things that were meant to keep you stuck. And you're just figuring it out. And they're like, what? How is that possible? I thought they were stupid. Being kind is not stupid. It takes strength to be kind. Let me put that energy off to the side. So they don't understand that this is attached to your gifts and your power. But they're learning. They see it now. They get it now. Anything else, Spirit? Ooh, let's see what we got here. Yeah, the world. The world. It's over. It's over. All this is yours, and this person's just gonna have to be sad. Whatever. It's the world. That's it for that. There's nothing else to pull there. Spirit has been very clear on that. Okay. Pardon me, Turkish lamp. Let's put this here. And I'm over here getting wild with these stiletto nails. Poking everything, stabbing everything. I'm supposed to be more skillful with these because I've had them for a while, but you know, when it gets late, it can kind of get a little clumsy. So this is my yes, no, when, how deck. So we're gonna start with yes and no, and then we're gonna go to when and how. Okay. So our yes, no question is associated with what's the best way to ask this so Spirit can give me a nice concise answer. Okay, let's talk about timelines here since we're doing when and how. Like, how much more time is the collective waiting to see some results from this inner child healing? You know, I think it's yes or no. So let's ask specifically about what is here for the collective. So has that doorway opened, Spirit? Or is it here now, what the collective has been working on? What they've been dreaming about all these years, what they've been manifesting and working on? Is it here now? I had a bunch of cards drop. Let's see. Let's put those back. We just need one. Not this one, especially we need one. So is it here now? Yes or no? Okay, we'll just give them a little shuffle this way. And then we're just gonna go on ahead and pick a card here. Okay. Spirit, what do we have here for the collective? Oh, there it is. Yes, I love it. Okay, guys, so it says the time is now. It is here, honey. Yes. So it says, watch out. The sun of luck illuminates your path, helping you recognize phenomenal opportunities when you see them. And we talked about this. But don't forget to enjoy the fullness of life while boldly starting these ambitious plans. So I mentioned this before, like, you are cleared for takeoff. Your runway is cleared. Everything's been moved out of your way. These people that were trying to send energy at you to block you or stop you, they have been stopped. They no longer have the backing spiritually. Even they never had it in the first place, but like anything that they had, tools that they had that they were able to use to try and reach your energy, it's done. They can't do it. The only thing that's left is your belief of what they can do. The rest of this is really just work that you need to do within yourself. So you have some amazing opportunities that are here for you now, okay? But you need to recognize them. And what do I mean by that? I mean, not just kind of glancing past them when they come up because you're in an old belief pattern that doesn't allow you to see your true potential. This is what this work is about. Making sure you do this work so that way when this presents itself, you can actually identify it. Okay, that's what Spirit is saying. And making sure that you're enjoying the fullness of life while you're boldly starting these ambitious plans. Yes, they're ambitious. They're supposed to be. They're soul path plans. Hello? Why would we want to just do something mundane with soul path plans? This is something that has to do with your contracts that you signed up for before even getting here. So you want to be enjoying life, because that is going to be a process. It's not going to happen just like that, potentially. I mean, it could. More than likely, it'll take a little time. So in the meantime, we're being encouraged to enjoy the journey along the way. Super important energy. I'm going to set that up here. Okay, so we can look at that. And then let's look at the other side of this. Let's put those there. Okay. Let's shuffle these and look at the other side of this message here. So now we want to know when and how. So Spirit, how far out can the collectors start to look, or how soon rather, can they start to look for this opportunity or these opportunities to come their way that's going to lead them in the direction of this ambitious plan or whatever it is they're working on? Let's give it one more shuffle here. Beautiful. Okay, Spirit, what do we got here? Let's see, let's try it again and see what we've got here. Alright, I got mixed in here. Okay. Let's take this one card out. That's a yes, no, that doesn't belong here. Okay, so we have our card here. It says, if yes, open your heart and your soul to the amazing upcoming events coming your way. In 9 to 12 months, this helps you find balance in your situation. You are filled with harmony, joy, and comfort. So this explains why this card here is talking about enjoying the fullness of life while boldly starting these ambitious plans. So they are ambitious. It's something big. And isn't it true that if something is really big, really huge, it might take some time, but the outcome is even more stunning in a lot of cases than anything we could have imagined. Like the universe is truly able to just like take hold of that bad boy and just like turn it into something amazing and phenomenal that we couldn't have ever dreamed of. This is like the kind of work that feeds this energy to generations of downline in your family. This is legacy work we're talking about here. So that's why we're being encouraged to enjoy life while working on this. It may take a little time. Although in the grand scheme of things, 9 to 12 months is not long. I mean, we're talking some people have worked at things for 25 years or more. This isn't bad at all. But still, while you're working on this, you know, we're talking about new love coming in, new opportunities that lead you to this end result that's just like phenomenal, and enjoying yourself along the way. And as you do this, you're filled with harmony, joy, and comfort. So you're learning from these experiences as you get to this, that the universe is supporting you. You're very confident. By the time you get to this, you're like unstoppable. Amazing energy here. I love, love, love. So I'm gonna put that there. Wow, guys, this was an amazing read tonight. I'm super excited for all of you that resonated with this message. You guys are doing legacy work. This is the kind of stuff, like some of you could be like celebs. Not saying that's necessarily what you're aiming for, but some of you might be like very well known and very popular in different industries due to the work that you're doing. Some of you will just be well known for the type of work that you're doing, but definitely a person that others want to go to as an expert in your field, or just really having a big impact on the world in a way that you want to, in a way that is desirable to you. which is also super important. So there's a lot here with just like doing the inner child work and the amazing results that that's going to yield from healing those areas. And once again, I will post the information on the exercises right there in the description so you guys can work with it. But just phenomenal energy tonight. I just want to encourage you guys to just stick with the work, stick with your inner healing. And you know, when you have days where it feels like things are, you know, moving slowly or whatever, just remember that you guys are working at legacy work. It's about that consistency, being constantly at that energy. Remember, where focus goes, energy flows. So if we stay in that mindset of, you know, being present with our goals, we're more likely to have positive results than if we start to feel like there's no point or no purpose to what we're doing just because we're not seeing the full result of it right now. Because you probably are seeing positive results, but maybe it's not all of it right now. Keep going, don't stop. And once again, if this message is not for you, definitely please join us in the next read. And you know, maybe along with the collectives, you might hear some aspects of information that really centers in on your energy, or something that really applies to something you're experiencing or something that you need support with. So definitely encouraging you to like, share, subscribe. Those are energetic forms of donations that help me to pick up on your energy, so that way it's coming through more fully in the read. It just gives you a way to connect with the energy here with the collective. And if this message was for you, I'm super excited to see what kinds of things you guys are going to be doing. This, like I said, this is legacy work. Amazing. And great job at the healing that you've done so far. Keep it up. So once again, my name is Ora-gen. I am an energy reader, and this is the Ora-gen channel. I want to thank you so much for being here with me this evening, and I definitely look forward to being with you in the next read. We have some really good channeled messages coming up, and then also, of course, whatever things are popping up in the energy, I'll definitely be covering those as well. It is storming here tonight, so I hope that wherever you are cool, warm, dry, comfortable, whatever time of day it is. I hope that your day is going well and your evening is restful for you. Definitely do that work, so that as those downloads are coming in, you can take time to integrate those messages and really get the full benefit out of that work that you're doing while you're at rest. So thank you again for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next read. Have a beautiful night, and we will talk soon. Okay, bye-bye.